How many 14 halves gauge wire can I run into a single gang box that is wide 2 1/4 inches, height 3 5/8, and depth 3 3/4 inches? I think it's 22 cubic inches total.
Welcome. My name is would be glad to assist. In the rear of the box or on the backside, it is marked with the size chu/in of the box. Is this strictly for use as a junction box? Or will there be any switches/receptacles in the box also? Let me know and we can continue, thanks.
They are for recessed lighting. As of now I have a single gang dual dimmer switch but took power from that for a hall light. And the other one is a single gang single dimmer switch and I took power off that for a closet light. This is all on the same breaker. In total there are 8 lights off 3 switches. I'm almost positive it's a 22 chu. What is the amount of 14 halves gauge wire that can go in? I'm just concerned of overfill and was gonna make them DBL gangs if they are overfilled. Thanks for your prompt explanation.
Okay, thanks. If all number 14 wires, this is the breakdown. Number 14 wires require 2 chu/in per black and white, 4 chu/in total per cable. You have 1x the largest ground or 2 chu/in. In your case, internal clamps count as 1x largest conductor or 2 chu/in. In your case, even plastic boxes are considered having internal clamps with the push-through style openings. Devices require 2x2 or 4 chu/in. So, if you have a switch in the box, the total left for wires is 22 4 for switch equals 18 18 to 2 for 1 ground equals 16 16 to 2 for internal clamp equals 14. You can have 3 cables in the box with 2 chu/in left over. Let me know any other needed or clarification, thanks.
So if I do 4 cables I should jump to a double gang for more chu space. And what is the breakdown for 12 halves wire?
Yes, that would be required. You do not have the proper space for the 4th cable. When dealing with number 12 wire, all the calculations are the same, except you use a 2.25 multiplier instead of 2. That is if all cables are number 12. Same box size. If you have a switch in the box, the total left for wires on number 12, 22 4.50 for switch equals 18 18 to 2.25 for 1 ground equals 15.75 15.75 to 2.25 for internal clamp equals 13.50. You can have 3 cables in the box with 0 chu/in left over. When you have mixed cables, you have to use the largest cable for everything except the smaller wires themselves. Thanks.
Okay. Thanks. Now back to first question. My dimmer switches have wire attachments in which I used ports as a wire nut to make connection. They are not the switches you curl the copper end and tighten screw. With that being said, do the wires coming off the dimmer switch count as space taken?
The wires are part of the dimmer, so you do not add anything to those, they integral and not counted. They are considered part of the dimmer. The chu/in count is for all wires/cables leaving the box, not internal to the box.
Okay. So what is the max cables for a DBL gang for both number 14 and number 12 wires?
In order to calculate any box, the chu/in space of the box is needed. Cannot be calculated without that number.
34.6 chu for DBL.
Okay, thanks. The only thing we can do here is figure what is left for cables after all the other deductions. Then you can figure how many of each size because there are too many variables. 34.6 chu for DBL, Double gang will have 2 switches, so that is 2 by 2 for the number 14 switch and 2 by 2.25 for the number 12 switches. 4 plus 4.50 equals 8.50 for switches. 34.6 8.50 for switches equals 26.10 26.10 to 2.25 for 1 ground equals 23.85 23.85 to 2.25 for internal clamp equals 21.60. You have 21.60 Chu/in for black and white cables, 4 for each 14 halves cable, 4.50 for each 12 halves cable. So, as an example, 3 number 14 cables, 2 number 12 cables for 21 Chu/in total. I fit is not enough, get a deeper double gang box. It is all about size of the box, no need for a 3 gang, just increase the double gang. Thanks.
Okay, great, thanks. Please provide me with an all number 12 wire.
34.6 Chu for DBL. Double gang will have 2 switches, so that is 2 by 2 for the number 14 switch and 2 by 2.25 for the number 12 switches. 4 plus 4.50 equals 8.50 for switches. 34.6 8.50 for switches equals 26.10 26.10 to 2.25 for 1 ground equals 23.85 23.85 to 2.25 for internal clamp equals 21.60. You have 21.60 Chu/in for black and white cables, 4.50 for each 12 halves cable. So, as an example, 4 number 12 cables for 20 Chu/in total.
Thanks for the help. Thanks for the help. Okay. How about 3 number 12 and a 12/3?
Okay, my edit didn't make the previous post. Since all number 12, the space for switches would increase 0.50 Chu/in. Double gang will have 2 switches, 2 by 2.25 for the number 12 switches, 2 by 4.50 equals 9 for switches, 34.69 for switches equals 25.60 25.60 to 2.25 for 1 ground equals 23.35 23.35 to 2.25 for internal clamp equals 21.10. You have 21.10 Chu/in for black and white cables, 4.50 for each 12 halves cable, 6.75 for each 12/3 cable. So, yes, 3 number 12 cables is 13.50 1 12/3 cable is 6.75 for 20.25 Chu/in total, leaves space of almost 1 Chu/in.
So if it's 20.25, wouldn't I have 14 Chu left over? I have a DBL gang 34.61 switch, then a bath fan/light horizontal with 12/3 wire. I get it. I misread it.
Okay, very good. That was my suggestion, to reread the entire post for the other deductions.
Looks like they took my money already. How do I give bonus?
I do not know what shows up on your side of the board, only see my side. My understanding is there is a button or link that provides that ability. Appreciate the thought, maybe after this post it will show up? Not sure myself.
I already gave a rating earlier of excellent. I guess if I give another rating it will charge another 38.
No need to give another rating. There should be something to indicate or ask on bonus. Don't wish for you to incur other costs with ratings. I appreciate the excellent rating that you gave.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert now, visit JustAnswer.com/YTHI.